Hello ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? My name's Ryu Goes Rar. Welcome back to my guide videos here in the month of September. We are going to be covering a new TvP opener. Probably not as new as you guys may think, but a little bit more optimal. We are going to be doing a Raven 2 tank opener. This build gets a Raven for auto turret harass and early game protection of scouting by killing observers, and it opens up with 2 tanks also really quickly to hold off against any blink shenanigans or any early pressure. The tanks aren't the vocal part of this game's push, however they are really helpful when you go to do a push or if you just want to hold against early Protoss aggression. This build's going to open 16-16, that means 16 barracks right here into a 16 gas geyser, right about now. It should be noted that when you're doing things like this, early game timings you can keep in mind, just to make sure you're doing it right. This barracks over here should come down around by 0:39 or earlier, and the gas over here should come down by 0:43 or 0:44. If these timings to you feel like they're off and not consistent, it could be due to a couple things. Number one, you're somehow fucking up the early game. Tragic, but you know, it happens. Number two, you are possibly just playing on a map with bad mineral patches. Maps like this could be something like Pillars of Gold. Just because it's sideways, it's kind of hard to work or split. But if these timings are working out for you, awesome. Now we're going to do an Orbital and a Reaper at the same time. And we're just going to kind of chill here while we wait for our CC. I like to have my SCV always moving in case it gets attacked and I'm not watching. Just a little trick you can do. And we're going to then bring an SCV over here to build a depot. Behind this, we're going to go Marine after this Reaper. And this SCV right here is going to go over here once the depot is done to build a bunker. I used to believe that you didn't really need a bunker in this matchup if your Reaper always stayed alive on their side of the map, but as of late it seems it's actually preferred just to go the bunker anyways. Now next we're going to drop down a factory with the first worker afterwards the orbital is done. And we're going to bring this SCV over here, bunker, and put it a little bit closer right over here. Reactor, once we have 50 gas, and then we'll build a second gas geyser right over here. And we're just going to kind of chill at our bunker. Obviously, you still want to keep your Reaper alive and on the Protoss side of the map, but this bunker will always keep you safe against something like early Stalker harass. Early Adept harass can be annoying, but keeping the Reaper alive will consistently protect you. Because they don't want to, you know, fight or go behind your bunker lines when you also have a Reaper up. Okay, we're going to do an orbital over here. We're going to go for a Hellion over here.
Not enough Vespi.
2 workers over here. Starport.
Up and running.
2 Marines. I think we were a little bit late on the gas saturation, but it's okay. We're going to drop a mule over here as soon as we can. And we're just going to kind of chill. Marines in the bunker. Hellion to the Reaper. And Starport, of course. Tech Lab over here once this is ready. Second mule and depot. Keep on making Marines. Once you have these 2 units, assuming you kept the Reaper alive and let's say you weren't able to get in the main, waiting for a Hellion like this, almost always at this time, lets you get a scout in the main. So just remember, if you want to scout the main base and you couldn't earlier with your Reaper, this Hellion will always help you get it, because you have 2 units instead of 1. Secondly, let's say your Reaper did get in the main base but you lost it. This Hellion can now check out the 3rd base or it can check the natural gases. Making this Hellion almost always is awesome. After this Hellion, we want to go for this tech lab on the factory. After this starport, you're going to make a barracks. And what we're going to do here, we're going to make one more swap. We're going to do starport on the tech lab and another factory tech lab over here. From the starport, we're going to make a Raven. Oops, let's move these away. And we're going to keep on making one bunker. Sorry, not one bunker, one depot at a time. Keep on making those Marines. Cool, 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 cool. We're going to go ahead and start a depot. Not a depot, sorry, a tank once we get the chance. And we're going to start up a gas geyser at 405. One thing you might have noticed is in a series like Hurricane and Innovation, Innovation actually prefers to make the depots at this bunker ramp. I don't like to do that right away just because early on people can poke it, but once your siege tank's out, you're more than free to. Now once this barracks is done, you're going to make a second one right here. You're going to put the barracks onto the new tech lab that is going to be done once this Raven is ready. We'll swap that here. These units stay out front here. We're gonna go ahead and start stim, and a 435 or 430 engineering bay. Remember to keep on making those depots one at a time. Once one tank's done, you're gonna start up a second. Remember to get your stim.
Need more minerals for that.
Go ahead and with your next 50 gas, you're gonna drop a reactor over here. Keep on making workers.
Don't have enough minerals.
Keep on making depots. Remember, once this is done, we're gonna start up a missile turret. Just kidding, only get the missile turret if you scout something. We're gonna get +1 attack. If you're skeptical, you can still start up the missile turret, however. It's up to you. Keep on making those depots one at a time. This one's misplaced. Okay, cool. Send this guy over here. Remember to drop your second gas at the natural. Once this factory is done, make another reactor and swap these two buildings. And by factory done, I mean the second siege tank. Second siege tank is just gonna chill here. This means we now have a line where we're protecting this bunker with a wall and a tank. We have our units up here in case they blink with another tank. Okay, we're gonna start marauder production here. Combat shields, and we're gonna go towards two marauders at a time, 2 marines at a time, and we're gonna start 2 medevacs as soon as we can. We're gonna put your guys over here,
We need more vessels.
and continuously make 2 depots.
That's gonna require more gas. Not enough energy. Not enough.
We're just gonna start these so they start together and finish together,
That's gonna require more gas. We'll need more supply depots for that.
and we're just gonna kind of chill. We can cut workers at around 46 because we're fully saturated, and we just want to make the 2 depots here. You can also see you can have the Raven look around for observers like these.
Add-on is up and running.
It's up to you. Gonna make 2 mines once the factory is ready. Remember to keep on dropping your mules.
We're done with the research. Ready?
Keep on saving your gas. It may seem tempting to go for concussive shells here, but you actually need this gas so you can get more medevacs and more mines. Around this time, we're going to go ahead and push out with these first 2 medevacs. And we can also drop our 3rd CC, resume worker production, and we can drop 2 more barracks. Alongside the 2 more barracks, we're still going to chill a little bit and wait for a couple more mines.
That'll cost
Remember to
more
keep on
minerals
making
than
these
that.
2 depots at a time.
Need more minerals for that.
Reset your camera hotkeys. And once these 2 medevacs are out, we can go for our big push. Remember to boost these medevacs. We can actually wait for these 2 mines as well and pick them up real quick.
Supply is insufficient.
And we can go.
We'll
With
need
our
more
rallied
supply
units at
depots for
home,
that.
we can prepare to do another double drop behind this. Try to keep your units all together if you can. You can also, if you want, keep the tanks at home and just do a single double drop over to the main base if the map has very good airspace for it. Once your units are all together, you should have 4 mines, a raven, 2 tanks, and a bunch of bio. We're going to start your add-ons here. We can siege here, do our push, and it should hit around 7:30 or maybe earlier. You can always check the Innovation versus Hurricane VODs where Innovation did this build a couple times, and you can review it there. Okay, remember to do your add-ons. It looks like my reactor didn't start, unfortunately. That's all good. Remember at 8 minutes to start up your Ghost Academy if you see you're against Heavy Gateway, or you can throw down a second starport where the armory is. Sorry, where the factory is instead. Once these 2 drops, medevacs are out, by the way, you can always rally them and send out a drop somewhere over here, or you can wait for 4 and do a doom drop if you want. Assuming you kept your push at home. Or not at home, but you know, alive.
Need more minerals for that.
Once your upgrade is about 50 or more % complete, we can throw down another engineering bay and an
Add-on
armory.
is up and running.
And then throw down
That'll cost
2
more
gases
minerals than
once our Ghost Academy is done.
We don't have enough.
We can grab
We're done.
Shockwave and start up some ghosts.
That's gonna require more gas.
Remember to keep on making these depots,
That'll cost more. We need
and
more
just start the ghost production. Once these units are all out,
Find out a
we can
mineral.
load up. Go for a drop over here, let's say. Saturate your gases. Turn forward CC around 9 minutes. And just kind of chill for now. Just keep on making units and get ready to start your 2-2 around 9:15ish. This is a lot later than most usual 2-2 timings, but that's because we opened with the early Raven. So we can grab our 2-2. Once you're full on depots, you don't have to worry about those. You want to make ghosts up to the number of 5, so we're going to make
That's gonna require
2 more.
gas.
If you want, you can also throw down a bunker at your third base. And throw it somewhere like here, and wall it off, as such. If you want, you can also go into vehicle weapons, or you can go into ship weapons if you'd rather do liberators. It's ultimately a choice of, do you want to make tanks in the late game, or do you want to have, liberators? This game, we're going to be preferencing the liberator choice. Remember, with your 2 drops, you want to be proactive on the map. If you can in TvP, try not to lose your units. I know that sounds hard, but it's better you keep your units alive than lose them. Once your 4th CC is done, you can drop down 3 more barracks. And we can throw this down, throw down a factory over here. The tech lab. We can do another starport with a reactor. 1 more factory over here. And we can go to land our 4th base. Once this bunker's up, we can put the Marines in here. You could also, if you want, technically wall off like such, depot here, if you wanted to. No bunker spot can be placed over here, unfortunately. And yeah, once you're maxed out, you can go for a push. This isn't as technical as the mine drop push, but the idea now in TvP is that with this Raven that you do have, you want to always be kind of like poking the Protoss with auto turret harass, or you want to always be dropping somewhere on the map. Because of the change to the mine being permacloak after you have an armory, as opposed to, say, drilling claws, this helps you a lot with drops because Protoss needs to have observers to clean it up. For this reason, rather than doing a big frontal push, we can play a more map-active style, where we're just kind of dropping the Protoss all game long. Now, once your 4th CC is up and landed and almost done, you can throw down 2 more gases if you want to do 2 fac, not 2 fac, but 2 starport liberator. Throw down our fusion core, and we should have a +2/+2 +1 ship weapon timing. Now, you should be trading units before this, so with this extra money I do have, I should be able to invest it in liberators. However, if you don't lose those supply of units and you just kind of keep it alive, even better, because you can just do a big push and remax at the bank, which is awesome. Anyways, that concludes this video's TvP opener. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys later.